Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I pulled a bunch of supplies out. I have some new Tim Holtz Idea-ology, the new Foundry Wax, and we're just going to play today. I needed a day to myself and just to create, and I'm going to see what I come up with. So if you are joining and creating along with me, whether you're using similar supplies or doing your own thing, and you have social media, I would love to see it and tag me over on Instagram. All right. I sort of have a plan, but we'll see how that goes. All right. I have started off by using some distress paint in Rustic Wilderness. And I don't have a lot of experience with paint, but I wanted to have a nice painted or like a full effect of the color instead of a spray, because the spray is, where did my, well, this is what I have. The spray isn't going to give as vibrant of color. So that's why I chose the paint, and I just so happen to have the paint. It's very, like I said, I don't have much experience, but I think I will be using it more often here and there. So this is some heavyweight cardstock, and I just painted it on and I let it dry. It dries actually really fast. I did this beforehand because I want to try to minimize the amount of the amount I have to use my heat tool. And let's see. So I am actually going to take this here, and I saw Shabby Soul. I believe it's shabby.soul over on Instagram. I have her linked in my story, and the story will be up for a little bit longer. But this she used in one of her projects for the Foundry Wax, and I just had to get it. And I got it off of Amazon, and this is how it turned out. I had an idea to use a speckled egg, but it just, the green is perfect. I'm like, just because it's a 4-leaf clover doesn't mean it has to be green. You know, I always like to break rules, but it wasn't working for me. So I went back to the green, and I'm going to be doing this. I don't know how she did it, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to be doing it. So again, I painted my cardstock first, and I'm actually going to let that dry just a little bit longer because there is a little bit of wet areas. And then I had this hanging around on my desk for quite some time. I had used I actually just got the new Sizzix Switch Plus, and I had used this die as my first cut. So this was kind of laying around, and I used these dies to cut it out in a tag, and I popped some of the stars out. Some of them are still there. And this actually is embossed as well. I know it's kind of a lot going on, and it wasn't long enough because I did do it card size. So I just stitched this little bit, this little bit on the bottom here, and then a little bit here. I do have my sewing machine out, and we'll see if I do some more sewing, but let me know if anybody sews on their projects. I always have good intentions to sew because I love the look, but yeah, so there is embossing there, and I believe this is a Altenew embossing folder. So yeah, my first impression, if you're wondering, of the Switch Plus, it's amazing. It's not as loud as I thought it was going to be, and so far so good. All right, so that is that. We are going to take this, and I'm actually going to cut it in half because I want 2 of them. And on the first one, I actually watered down the paint, so it isn't going to be as dark of the Rustic Wilderness. All right, so just going to place this. Where is my water bottle, my spray bottle? Uh-oh. You know, I swear I was prepared, and now I can't find my spray bottle. Oh, goodness. Hold on. I need my spray bottle. Oh, it's hanging up where it should be. What do you know? You know, I hate that when that happens, when I actually try and be organized and then I can't find anything. It was. All right, so I'm actually going to spray the back with a little bit of water because the impresslet is almost like a 3D embossing folder. It's really detailed. And then I'm going to place this. So if you're not familiar, I wasn't really familiar with the embosslets, but it actually embosses and cuts out. And I believe Tim said that these were going away. So if you have your eye on some, you should probably get them, which I've had my eye on this one for quite some time. So that's why I picked it up. All right, I'm going to close this, make sure that it's in there. And then I'm actually just going to go behind me and cut it out. So I'm still here, just right behind me here. All right, so while I'm doing this, is anybody use embosslets? All right. All right, that's the new machine working. All right, I'm actually going to put it through one more time because there's a lot of detail. So. That sound scares me, but supposedly it's normal. All right. So then we have this here. So it cuts it out. We get some tweezers. All right. Honestly, I probably a year ago, if it would have came out or when it was supposed to come out, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Only because I didn't do a lot of, oh, come on. Really? They came out so easy last time. Okay, there we go. I didn't do a lot of die cutting or anything, but I have been in love with the 3D embossing folders, and with my hands, my arthritis in my hands, it's just when I'm doing a lot at a time, it gets to be too much. Like if I am, doing alcohol inks with the blower and just everything all at once, my hands get too, there's too much pain in my hands. So just lessening one thing is, it helps. So for me, it was worth it. And my Spellbinders machine is pretty old anyways. So, all right, sheet of wax paper. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So it did crack a little bit. I'm wondering if that's because of the paint. Not 100% sure. But I'm just going to kind of shape this a little bit. And I'm going to spray it with a little bit of water because, let me move you down a little bit. Whoa, sorry. I'll have to remember to move it back. And I'm going to take a little bit of ground espresso and just touch the 4-leaf clover just to give it a little bit more dimension. And I'm just going to kind of spread that around. I don't want it perfect. And then if I see spots where I want more, just gonna add a little bit there. But I don't want to add too much moisture because I don't want that detail to go away. Okay, and I have a paper towel on the side here. All right, I'm going to set that aside to dry, actually. I am minimizing the amount of time I use my heat tool only because I've been having some issues with my plug on this end, on this side. So if it goes out, then my computer turns off and I will lose the whole live. So if that happens, just know I'll probably get back on. But so set that aside. Let's talk about, so I used the distress sprays in Bundled Sage and Rustic Wilderness, and then stamped out this butterfly. And I believe I have it linked. Not 100% sure, but the switch, I believe at Simon Says Stamp, they have it right now in stock. But honestly, I probably would wait until scrapbook.com has it, because I don't know 100% sure, but when they first got it, it was, they had it the lowest price. I believe it was like $220 or something like that, which is the lowest price. All right, I'm going to work on my tag now. So I'm going to take a little bit of Rustic Wilderness and just plop a little bit on the side here. And I'm going to water it down a little bit because I just want to splatter here. Don't be afraid just to make a mess. It'll clean up. And if it doesn't, it'll add character to your shirt, your walls, your face, whatever, wherever it gets to. All right, so just adding a little bit of character there. All right, and then I want to, this is from, let me grab this real quick. So that is from these. These are Stencil Cards. I'm not 100% sure if I'm supposed to be using it this way, but I am. I didn't know they were called Stencil Cards, so I'm guessing maybe they were supposed to be stencils. All right. I'm going to take that and just splatter on that green. Kind of going with the St. Patty's Day theme here. I don't really celebrate St. Patty's Day, but it is tomorrow, I believe, so why not? And I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of Bundled Sage. This is the spray now, so I just take the nozzle out, and then I'm just going to splatter it on there. Just like that. Yeah, I think so too, but oh well. I mean, they're like thick cardstock, so why not? I was wondering why they were a little expensive, but now that makes sense. I wouldn't use them as stencils. I have stencils for that, so. All right, so I got this guy here. Thought he was perfect with his top hat and his little smirk. I'm gonna rough up the edges. Okay. All right, and then I have this. This is from the new cards. What are these called? These are called flash cards. They're these right here, and all of the new supplies are linked down below. Hello, I can't believe there's 77 people here. Hello, hello. All right, let's see. What do I want to do with this? I think I'm just gonna, you know what? I actually took out, this is a day where I'm using things that normally just sit there and collect dust. So I'm gonna take some distress crayons. Who knew I even had these? All right, I have Walnut Stain, and then I have Rustic Wilderness. So we're just going to go in and just kind of grunge these up a little bit. I haven't made a project like this in a long time. All right. And just add a little bit of green. These go perfect on these because there's like almost like a gloss on these cards. So, all right. And just rough up the edges on this as well. All right, bring the tag back in. All right, Ingrid, yell at me if I get off camera because I feel like I need to, I don't know why I've been doing that. All right, so go like this. And then I have this moth. I think this is the one you were talking about, Ingrid. I'm actually going to use this one for behind there. Then I have these little, these are probably my favorite from the release. Well, one of my favorites. These are called, well, they're just Ephemera Pack Snippets, number strips. So there's a ton of numbers and like this one's like a math problem and just all sorts of fun things. Let me show it back here. So these are really great just to kind of add behind things. All right, I'm going to rough up the edges on this as well. All right. And I'm just kind of playing around with placement at this point. Not 100% sure, you know, what I'm doing, but getting an idea. So, oh, come on. Oh, come up. There we go. I wanted to use, if you guys haven't seen the new photo pack, what are these called? The snapshots. I wanted to use one of these, but they were just too big for the tag and I didn't want to make anything else because I didn't want this to be drawn out. Just kind of wanted to hang out with you all and just create something fun. These, you need these. And I bought 2 packs and I'm actually going to probably get a couple more because, you know, I need them for my lifetime. All right, rough up the edges here. And I'm actually going to take these, all these ephemera pieces, and I'm going to cover his face though. All right, so I'm going to cover that, but I'm going to take a little bit, I still have a little bit of that Rustic Wilderness paint, and I'm just going to splatter it a little bit more probably. What were those are called snapshots, Terry. They're amazing. So many fun photos. I'll just add that. I'm going to add a little bit more to that. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. All right. That didn't want to get any on his face, but I wanted some. We've got a little card here. We got that. We got the wings, because why not? And then I have this here. Okay. I'm all tense for some reason. Maybe because there's so many people in here. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. All right, I'm gonna add this one here. Maybe that one right there. We'll see how it goes. All right, this probably is dry-ish. All right, I'm scared to turn on my heat tool, but we're gonna do it so that I can show you how I did this. Okay. So we're going to take the Foundry Wax. This is in Statue, my favorite. And I haven't had this close to 100. I haven't had 100 people in my live in a long time. So let's see if we get there. If we get there, I'll do a little giveaway. How about that? I don't know what I'm giving away, but I'll give away something. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit on my mat here. So share this live if you want. All right, then you take it on a paintbrush. And then what I did was I didn't have enough here. All right, I'm actually going to put this straight on the paintbrush. And I am going to swipe it on the edge here. And build up a lot instead of just getting the hopefully you guys can see that. It is like liquid gold. What's the other color? The sterling. Oh, it's amazing. All right, and then I'm just going to go in here, kind of blend that out a little bit. Just getting the edges at this point. Okay. And then just kind of go in and brush on a little bit. If you didn't see Tim's live on these are more than just a like a paste to go over embossed areas. There's so much things that you can do with them. And make sure to check out all of the makers on Instagram as well. Okay. All right, now the moment of truth, I'm going to turn on my heat tool. If I lose you, I'll be back. We got to 100, yay. All right, I don't know what I'm giving away, but I'll figure it out after I do this. All right, so I'm gonna bring this to the camera. Hopefully, is it gonna focus? Come on, focus. All right, moment of truth. Hopefully I don't lose you all. And it just takes a little bit of heat. Oops. And I don't know if you can see that change. It's not going to pick it up, I don't think. But it just, I don't know how to explain it except magic. It's amazing. All right, I actually need to put this down because it's hot. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit, brush on a little bit onto here so you guys can see the difference. Okay, so, and then I'll even kind of stack that up there. All right, so here you can see how it brightened it up and just made it, like you guys said, like liquid gold. Here, I mean, it's nice, but it doesn't have that much like oomph as it does when you heat it. So that's why I believe it's magic. I did lose a little bit of the texture on this one. So we'll be using these. So I have this one. I did have two somewhere. Got excited because I hit 100. Woohoo! All right, yep. All right, I have two. And I actually splattered on the wax as well. And you have to make sure that you close it. That's a something that I have to get used to. All right, so that's the wax there. Isn't that amazing? And I did add the ground espresso in the center here. As you could see, this one is a little bit more saturated in the Rustic Wilderness paint. This one I actually watered down. So if you're going to be doing something like this, then I would suggest watering down the paint instead of kind of layering it on like I did on this one, because then you're not going to get like the center here where I put the ground espresso, all of that detail. So that one just kind of, I think the paint resisted it on this one too much. So, all right, moving on. I could probably talk about the Foundry Wax all day, but I won't. I won't bore you. All righty. Then I just made these just for fun, just to maybe tuck in here and there. So Ida asked if the wax is a powder or liquid. It is a liquid. So you have to shake it. It's a liquid. And you do have to apply heat or it will not set. It will just flake off over time. So you have to add, you have to add the heat. So I'm just adding some splatters here. Just kind of going with my heart, whatever it wants. You know, not exactly sure, Ingrid. Well, there is the, I'll think of the word and I'll get back to that. So, good question though. I don't know. I wonder if Tim answered it in his live because, all right. I'm clueless with that one. All I know is it's amazing. And I hope you all can trust me when I say that something's amazing. I would not steer you in the wrong direction no matter what. All right, just adding some splatters here. Okay. Then I think all right. Sorry, concentrating here. Does it feel like wax when dried? No, it's not waxy. So even when I was like, how do I explain this? Even when I was playing with it, I thought, okay, it's going to be hard. Well, I had a little demo. The makers had a demo beforehand with Tim, and he kind of showed us how it worked because it is different from other waxes out there. And it's not waxy, but it's called a wax. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. And it's really easy to clean up. It does not have a really strong smell at all. I know there's some waxes out there, and I like the smell of some of them. This one really doesn't have a smell. I don't notice it unless I hold the bottle up. And don't believe it's water-based. I could be wrong. Contains methoxy and propanol. Vapors may cause flash fires. They have to put all of that warning stuff on there just so. All right, add more splatters to this one. Yeah, I believe he did use alcohol to extend it. I didn't really feel the need to do that. Like I know he did that to splatter it, but I didn't feel the need to do that when I splattered mine. So, all right. Let's get gluing here. All right. There is for Paulina. All right, I need a little bit of a drink here. I got some water. You know what? I'm going to give away the waxes, but I do believe you have to be in the US I know that there was some issues shipping it overseas. And because I'm not a company, I don't know how to deal with all of that stuff. So I will be giving away maybe Karen or Ingrid. Maybe you guys can text each other to coordinate. Maybe pick one who hasn't gotten the waxes yet. I will send well, I'll figure it out. I'll probably buy them and then have them sent to you or something like that. Because me shipping things out is probably not the best idea. All right. Let's see that. Yep. Oh, I didn't realize these were double-sided. Did not realize that. You know what? I have some fabric somewhere. I don't know where it is. Okay, so we're just going to layer that here. And then just move up a little bit. So I use Fabri-Tac. This really helps with, you know, being able to move things around, especially with something like this where, oh, see, I forgot my moth, where I don't know what I'm doing. And it pretty much holds to most everything. So go. I love this dude. Isn't he just like a cool looking dude? I don't know what it is. He looks cool. All right. Then I might do a little bit of sewing on this as well. Move this down a little bit. Yep. Pink. I'm going to do a little bit of sewing, so talk amongst yourselves while I do that, because I'm rude and I'm leaving you all on my live. All right. So I have my sewing machine behind me. Yep, and it's super crooked. That's okay. I do one more. Don't talk about anything too exciting. I don't want to miss it. All right. Here we go. So I just added a little stitching here. And I don't sew. I use the sewing machine just for my crafts. Although my husband has made a bicycle seat with leather actually. So that's actually kind of cool. All right, so this. And I'm actually going to add some upholstery thread behind here. Just like this. So upholstery thread really adds a lot of texture, and it's just another, just adds interest and texture. So what I do is I take a bunch and then I just wrap it around my fingers, and then I'll take it like this and then smush it. And then however it kind of lands is how it lands. And if it gets too long, then I will cut some off. See, like this, I don't want that there. So I'm going to cut that off. Whoops. Or maybe just tuck that behind there. Maybe better. Yep. All right. So this, too long. Snip, snip. Maybe. The scissors are gunked up with lots of paint and stuff. All right. Okay, for the prize, I'm going to think of a number. Oh, okay. Thank you, Karen. I owe you. I know that's like really tough to do. You're the best. All right. I'm going to take and then fit my sewing machines. All right. I'm going to just kind of smush this, give it a little bit more character. And you do have to be in the US only because the shipping for the waxes are a little bit tricky. So but if you do win, actually, you know what? If you do win and you have the waxes or ordered them already, we'll figure something out. How about that? It'll all work out. Just going to add that there. There we go. Tim said in his live that it is solvent based. It goes from liquid when wet to solid. Yes. Also goes shiny. Yep. Yes. I'm going to put that one there. Here. And then I'm going to add some more upholstery thread. Karen's probably cursing me right now. All right. Put that there. Add this little snippet here. You know, it would have been cool if I would have sewn the 4-leaf clover on there. Okay. Actually going to rip this one in half. And then stick that there. Almost looks like flowers, how I used to do my flowers back in the day. All right. I don't know, might be too green with the butterfly. Let's see. I wonder if I add some white splatters to the butterfly. All right. I'm gonna move my tag over to, well, I could just use this one here. Add some white splatters, and the one I used is the Media Gloss Spray in white. I'm just going to add white splatters. I know there's a lot of splatters, but congratulations, Lori. Best way to contact me is probably Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, my email should be somewhere. We'll connect somehow, some way. Okay, and I do have this here. It says, life itself is the most wonderful story. And I do believe that. So maybe instead of the butterfly, or I actually like that together, but I am going to use, where did my, oh, they're right here. So I've never done this before, but I know Tim does it all the time, where he uses a white crayon and then goes in pretty heavily into the letters here. And then I'll take a baby wipe. And then wipe off that excess. That's kind of cool. I think I might add some gold to this. So I'm going to add statue. Party's here. Chrissy's here. All right. I'm going to add a little bit to my mat here. Man, who knew that Wednesday, random Wednesday, 11 o'clock on my time would be so fun. All right, I'm just going to kind of pounce this on. I haven't used this on metal yet, so if it doesn't turn out, I don't know what to say, but I think it will. Okay. All right, gonna use my heat tool. Hopefully I don't lose you all. I think on metal, it takes a little bit longer for it to reach that point. So maybe I should have used a different tool. Huh, it's not turning. Interesting. Oh, there it goes. I probably should have used an embossing tool. It'll take a little bit longer with this tool here. All right, now I gotta wait for that to dry or to cool off. All right, move that way. Okay, I'm gonna add the butterfly. Just like this. Lots of green. And green really isn't my color. So I don't know if I actually like the moth on the back. Well, it's sewn on there now, so it is what it is. All right. Well, you know what? I forgot to rough up the edges here. And this right here. Yep, it's stuck, and I don't want to waste it, so I'm not cutting it off. It is what it is. All right. I don't know about this tag. Lots of fun layers, but oh, you know what? I think I was going to add this more towards this side. There. And then yeah, I don't know. It didn't turn in. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I don't like that. All right, let's get a sticker. And go from there. Oh, I wanted to use the rub-ons or the remnant rubs. Let's see if I can squeeze some in here. These are new as well. I love these. See if I can kind of stick some here and there. Probably not hot enough, honestly. So I think I'll probably go in with my heat tool, my embossing tool, and do that later. But right now, I don't really feel like messing with it. So I just use my fingernail, and then whatever comes off, because if it doesn't transfer 100%, I like that look. Just adds a little something. Let's see right here. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? Maybe my husband can do that. My son is asking for screen time. He's 15 and I still have his phone on lockdown. That's cool. He shouldn't be using his phone, right? He's asking for music. All right. Let's see. Yep. I think I'll call it a day without, oh, the sticker. Forgot the sticker, the word. Let's see. Where is, there we go. All right. Choose to see the good stuff. I love this. And isn't that so true? And I know it's so hard to sometimes, but we need to. Maybe. All right. Don't know why people are calling me. Don't they know I'm live? Need something at the bottom. Yeah, I agree. Something, huh? Maybe. Rough it up a little bit. I think I need to a smaller one. Make today count. That's a good one. Still, I didn't leave any room for this. Yep, I'm covering up that word. Actually going to take my crayon here. This is the Walnut Stain. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my mat and then dab it with my finger. And then just add a little bit to the edges here, so it's not stark white. There we go. I don't try and worry about what, if I'm covering something up or whatever, because if it feels right to me, then I'm going to do it. And sometimes, especially with something like this, more mixed media, then, a lot of things are going to be covered up because you want those layers and all of that. Texture and let's see, maybe some more green splatters. Let's see if I can just try it. All right. Something at the bottom. Oh, a rub on, yes. Let's see. All right, while I try and pick one, where is everybody from? And is anybody creating today? Sorry. Ooh, look at this one, the light bulb. Oh, it comes with a little popsicle stick. What do you know? All right. Go in with, actually like this one. Go. Maybe another something. Well, happy birthday, Flora. Okay, come on. Add this to the side here. And again, I'm not trying to get it perfect. This is not one of those projects where it has to be perfect. That's a little bit better, huh? All right, maybe a little bit more. Actually, I think I'll take some bundled sage and, whoops, splatter it on the bottom here. I actually just opened bundled sage and I was surprised at how beautiful the color is. I'm not a green person really, so haven't really used much green, but this is super green, but perfect for St. Patty's Day tomorrow, right? Alrighty. All right, I forgot who the winner was, but I hope that you contact me. And thank you all for joining today. What do you guys think? Fun short project. And you know, the splatters and the textures really bring joy to my heart. And that's what matters. It may not be the most elaborate project, but sometimes you just need to sit down and create something for yourself. It could be, you know, anything. So thank you all. Thank you, Karen and Ingrid. You guys are still here. Thank you all for joining. And if you want to learn even more mixed media tips and techniques, be sure to click this video right here, and I will catch you all later. Bye.